community, and please get out and vote. It's a tremendous.
Yeah, the main thing is get out and vote. Chris, from your perspective over there at the high school, you've been there how many years now?
Starting 16.
16. This is sponsored by Vote Yes, coming up this Tuesday here on the program. The technology you guys have over there, we've got some video I'm about to share over there. The students are super smart at your school. And you're saying, what if they get them? And we've got the rendition of the new school. We can share that right now, Brad, and we'll talk about that for a moment. How you going to act in something like that?
Well, we're going to act just the same way that we do. I mean, we, like I said, we've got a good product, but we're going to be putting kids into a building that they can improve their skills even farther than where they are currently, and be able to go and be marketable in the workforce in the 21st century. And that's what we're looking forward to. So
you got to urge everybody to get out and vote coming up this Tuesday. Now, one of the complaints before we air some of that video that on the technology aspect, people saying it's not right, it's not fair for y'all to put up signs on property, but city schools.
Yeah. And
it's unlawful.
Hey, and I watch your show so much, I actually heard one of the local attorneys talk about that. But, you have to look behind the scenes on everything. There are those that have filed lawsuits against the school system. There are those who got fired from the school system. There are those who live in other states who have businesses here, and that's the things they talk about. The bottom line is that Shane Black, who's our attorney, and I have had long discussions. We had the recent circuit court decision that said, how can we sit here and tell a superintendent that's got to advocate on behalf of the kids that he can't do that, but yet a governor, Ronald Reagan, whoever, they sit there every day and they advocate for something that's supposed to be for a vote on the public. And so anything that's positively promoting the mission of the school, we can do, and that's what the judge said. So the Attorney General had already said it, so the only way they're going to change that...
So y'all haven't broken the law.
No, we have not broken the law.
Ronnie already emphasized that here a couple of weeks ago.
The only way they're going to change that is go to the legislature. So they can jump up and down on their soapbox all they want to, but that has nothing to do with what we do. What we do is promote the children's future and the mission of the school system.
All right, with that in mind, let me run a couple of minutes of this video that's on YouTube for the Athens City School System. We'll run that right now, so y'all hang on for a second.
Society. Athens City Schools' goal is to have exposed our students to various uses of technology when they graduate. We think that they can then transfer that knowledge and that confidence with them, whether it's to go to college or to go straight into the career field, because they're going to be faced with the use of technology no matter what it is they do when they leave our high school.
Technology is really, it helps me to know what I need to do. I want to know where the storm is going, where it is, which way it's going, so that helps me make a decision. So I check it out every day.
In this facility, we do training on robotics and automation. Our mission is to train industry in the state of Alabama. We would like to get people trained to the point that every company in the United States is wanting to locate here because of the skill level of our employees.
In order to contribute with most industry and most companies, they're going to have to use technology and embrace technology. You're communicating with people all around the world, and the only way to do that is through technology. And for instance, one of the projects we recently completed, the architects and engineers were out of North Carolina, so there wasn't a lot of day-to-day FaceTime. We couldn't run to Huntsville or Decatur or Athens and work with them. We had to do it using technology.
Technology actually has greatly impacted my work. Every day I deal with it. Everything comes in now with a problem, and you have to use the computer to look at the problem nowadays. Sometimes it's visual, but a lot of the times it's all technical. Everything's computer controlled now in a car. Technology's everywhere, and it's only going to grow, and it's only going to get smarter, and everything's only going to get better.
Everyone has an iPad, a computer.
All right, vote yes coming up on August 25th. That's Tuesday, in case y'all don't remember that. Tuesday. Polls open at 7, Mayor. Is that correct? All right, we have a new person up here today, Dr. Holladay. Who is this?
This is Gia Russell. Gia is our career tech coordinator for the school system. And I wanted to make sure she was here because one of the things we talk about is all the business and industry that is coming into the area and why is education important, and she'll be able to talk about how she's done some work with workforce development to bring in new programs that are just booming at the school that these kids will be ready to go with.
Your turn.
We're very fortunate. We have just started 2 new programs at Athens High School. We have a health science Medcare program, and we just started or revamped our whole engineering. Those were based on data from local workforce development, and those are industries that are in demand, high wage, high demand, and we strive to prepare our kids to go right into those.
Well, good. So everybody is all fired up about this vote coming up Tuesday. So, Chris, from your perspective, always being principal at the high school, this vote yes thing, how big of a deal is this for you personally?
It's a very big deal. If you go back to 2004, one of the things that I was asked is what could make the biggest impact, and unequivocally my answer to that was, we need to do something with our buildings, especially the high school, and of course, I was looking out for the high school, but all buildings that were involved in that to keep us on a competitive field with the people in the surrounding areas that we compete with. That was something that I was passionate about early on when I was hired on as a principal.
All right, Melanie, you came from Madison to Athens, so you know the situation over there. Where can Athens go from here if this vote passes?
Oh, the sky's the limit. I had the privilege in 2009 to be the principal at Mill Creek Elementary, which was their 10th new school that Madison had opened. And we had to rezone the school in 3 years. So at the same time James Clemens was being built and opened, we had to rezone our elementary school because I went from 650 to over 1,000. And I serviced Limestone County residents from County Line that lived off of Burgering and County Line Road and all those residents. And I think it's important to point out that you've got people within the same county as Athens City that is paying 60 meals right now to go to James Clemens, go to Mill Creek, go to Heritage, go to those schools on that side of Madison, and they're paying more than what Athens City's asking. And, we're paying the same millage rate in Athens City right now as Ardmore and Elkmont. So for 12 more meals, you can compete and get the residents, get the quality families here, and it makes a difference. When you drive down County Line Road, every new subdivision, Greenbrier Wood, all those subdivisions, on the sign it says zoned Madison City Schools, because schools sell houses. And I think it's just very important for our residents to understand this is a defining moment for Athens. And that's why when Mr. Holladay called me and asked me would I be interested in coming and talking to him, he's got a great vision. This entire school system has a great vision. And we just need a little bit, because you get what you pay for. I mean, you really do. And I remember, I'm a lifelong resident of Madison County. I was born and raised in Hazel Green in that area, and I worked for the county school systems when Madison voted to raise their property tax to open their new school system.
So basically, there's tremendous potential here if this vote goes yes.
Huge potential.
How irritating is it, maybe the wrong question, but how irritating is it for you to hear these people from outside the city dog this deal out?
It's not necessarily irritating to me because being an old coach, I've been cussed way worse than what I am right now. But what irritates me is that we have good people here that are trusting people from outside. Whenever you trusted people that running everything. Okay, I get you don't trust me because I've been here the least of anybody involved. But you got a person that was born and raised here that runs the city. You've got a city council that they've been here the majority, if not all their life. You've got a school board the same way. These people came up through Athens City Schools. They've lived in Athens their whole life. Don't trust me. Trust them. They're all the ones that are sitting here saying it. Trust somebody who's brought 5,000, 6,000 jobs to this area, not to these other areas where these other people live and are from, because all these people are working as two things. You got somebody who lives in Tennessee that they have an agenda of making money here in the city of Athens. That's fine. They even disparage our state sometimes, as I watched. And then you got people that are political activists that are way out of our city. So why would we trust somebody there whenever you've got people that you live with your whole life that have done stuff for you?
All right, got a couple of minutes left here in this half hour. Chris, we'll start with you. Why should the city of Athens get out and vote yes coming up this Tuesday in this huge election for everybody involved in the city of Athens?
Two things: students, and to make our city grow.
You agree? Anything to add to that?
Students, making our city grow, making our community and even better than what we already are.
I agree. Definitely the students first. And then the families and the quality families, industry, economic growth. There's so many reasons why as compared to not.
All right, Del, we're going to finish this thing up. We got a couple of minutes left. I'll leave it up to you. We'll put up vote yes the whole time during this. And you tell us again and try to convince those people that are borderline. The no's right now probably ain't going to change their mind. But now, I got to say, last week when Jimmy was up here and Kenny were up here, had a bunch of calls saying, hey, I was borderline or going no, and now I'm changing to yes because they explained it so well.
Right, right.
So now's your chance here to say, when you go vote Tuesday, here's why you should vote yes.
Well, I'm going to try to make this as quick as I can. We came in, we're talking about building a new high school so that we could take care of our middle school. So we went out and we met with people over about a 6-month period, and the things that we came back with were we need to fix all schools. That was the big overarching thing. Don't come and ask me for money again in 5 or 6 years from now. You do it one time and forget the rest of it. We need something to protect our kids because we have nothing to protect our kids. We need storm shelters in these things. You be good stewards of our money, and we don't need multiple use facilities. So if we're going to have something for the school system, why can't we also utilize it for the city as well? Economic development in this area. We're at the crossroads of 65 and 72. We're the heart of the Tennessee Valley. We're sitting here, have the opportunity and chance to surpass the other areas around us. What can economic development do? Every person on that economic development board said the same thing. If you build the school system, the families will come. The industry is already coming around us. We get rooftops in, we get restaurants, we get dress shops on the square. We get the good things. We have a poverty problem, and the only way we can handle that poverty problem for kids, and that is our business, is kids, is to get them educated so they can break that cycle. So those are the main things. And I understand we're going to have some people to suffer, but we're going to have some people to suffer if we do nothing. Our kids will suffer. So can I let kids suffer, or can I let adults suffer? And adults can handle and take care of themselves. But kids can't take care of themselves. So that is where I'm coming from, and that is the main point I want to make.
All right, you'll be back with us Tuesday morning as we get ready. Now Monday, you'll see this whole thing run in an hour from last Friday to this Friday. And vote yes for our city school system August 25th. One last question. Again, I'm going to re-ask. If it doesn't go over, how bad a shape we're going to be in?
Well, we're going to lose some things because we've got to build. That's not a choice. And you know, are we going to give up technology? Are we going to give up the learning supports that we do for our kids who struggle from homes that don't have a lot? Are we going to lose extra teacher units? Are we going to lose our little neighborhood schools Do we have to consolidate schools and have bigger schools that don't produce what we want because we can't stay where we are? Just a lot of unknown questions right now.
All right. Thank you for coming up. Thank y'all. Chris, always good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right. Tell your daddy I said hi.
I will.
Melanie, thanks for the photographs and everything else. All right, vote yes coming up on Tuesday. Dr. Holladay will be back with us on Tuesday morning live. Monday, you'll see this. You'll see it again on the replays, too. Vote yes for our city schools August 25th. Our Mayor Marks will be personally looking for you. We'll get out of here. Y'all have a great weekend.